Start streaming. Once it says live, I guess we're live. All right, we're live. The internet can totally see you now. Use your encoder. All right. So guys, we noticed that you guys are having trouble writing emails, that a lot of you are writing like your entire email in your subject area, and you really just don't know like the proper way of writing an email. So we thought we would come on here, Mrs. Volger and Mr. Volger, she's off to the side, and we thought we'd come on here and kind of walk you guys through how to write an email. So this will be a short little video, and we'll go from here. So first thing you want to do, you'll notice, is you're going to hit your little compose button to bring up your email. This is Gmail that we're using, and it says to, so you want to put the email that you're writing it to. So we're going to write an email to Mrs. Volger because I haven't written her in a while, so I should say hi. So we're going to write an email to Mrs. Volger. There she goes, and that's it. Notice when she hits enter, she's the one typing right now. When she hits enter, it creates a little bubble right here around her email. So if I want to email multiple people, I could just write another email, and another email will pop up. So that means that I'm actually sending this email to more than one person. So Mrs. Volger, can you send an email to me?
Can you tell them what these things are?
Sure. So what is CC?
Carbon copy.
Carbon copy. So that means that I'm not necessarily writing an email to someone. I just want to send a copy of the email. So for example, Mrs. Connolly, I was going to write an email to Dr. Reggio, and it was for Mrs. Connolly and myself because we were talking about the Washington, D.C. field trip. Now that's been canceled, and we had to talk about refund checks. And so I wanted to copy Mrs. Connolly on the email that I wrote to Dr. Reggio. So I wrote an email to Dr. Reggio, and then I CC'd Mrs. Connolly so that so she could see what I wrote to Dr. Reggio. It's a copy.
And what about blind carbon copy?
And blind carbon copy is the BCC. That's for when you want to send a copy of the email that you're writing, but you don't want the person to see that you've copied it, right? I don't really use BCC, but sometimes if you're writing an email and you want like your mom to see what your email, like you're writing an email to your friend, but you want your mom to see what you're writing, but you don't want your friend to know that your mom's reading your email because that's embarrassing, then you're going to use BCC, and that keeps it private. So in the subject area, you want to write the topic of what your email is about. So we're going to write an email teaching how to write emails. So the subject is going to be how to write an email. Pretty simple. Notice I'm not actually writing what is in my email. It's just the topic, okay? Just the subject.
And this way, if you're looking for an email later on, you know the subject. You can look for the subject line, like, oh, there was an email that went out about how to write an email. Where is that? And you want to reference it. You can quickly look for the subject.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. And then you want to write the email in the main body right here. And you want to do it kind of like a letter, I would say, right? So you want to have you want to have like an introduction, like Dear Mrs. Volger, since I'm writing to her, and then I start writing. So here I'm just going to write, can you please explain to me how to write an email? Because that's what this video is all about. And then I want to say goodbye, thank you, and things like that. And I want to sign it. Don't just, a lot of people have funny email addresses. Like Mrs. Volger has a pretty boring one. It's J. Volger because her first name's Jennifer and her last name's Volger. Mine is L. Volger because my first name's Lawrence and my last name's Volger. But some people have like Beast Mode 76. So you don't actually know who's writing the email, which is why you want to actually
You don't need to know that.
Okay.
All right, what about these buttons down here?
Oh, the buttons on the bottom. All right, so if I want to attach a file that I've been working on, a Google Doc or something like that, I can click that and all my files come up. There you go. Pick one. No, forget it. I could do a little insert an emoji, which I happen to love. Give yourself a smiley face. There you go. Like that. Good. You have the Google Drive button down there. So if I want to connect something via Google Drive, I click on that, and then my Google Drive comes up, and all the stuff I've been working on, I can attach. Cool. I can insert an image. I could do things like that, and I can change my font. I could bold the font. I could change, make the text bigger. All the stuff that you can do kind of in Google Docs, you could pretty much do in a Google email. So that's pretty Pretty self-explanatory. Can you please explain? When you capitalize in an email or in text, it means you're shouting. So be aware of that. Don't be shouting at people.
Okay, and how do you send this?
All right, so how do you send it? You go to the blue button at the bottom. It says send. You click on it. You can do a send schedule, meaning that you can send it at a later date. Or you can send, if you hit send, it goes right away. Now, once you send an email, can you get rid of it?
Nope.
You can't. So once you send an email, it's permanent. So make sure that you proofread it and you know what you want to send before you actually send it. That's kind of the thing. Then when you look at it, look, I sent an email. There it is. Dear Mrs. Volger, can you please explain to me how to write an email? That's very nice. You can print an email out in the top corner up there. And that's how it looks. And you can save it as a PDF and all that fun stuff. So if you guys have any questions, please post comments on the video and we'll see if we can answer them later. And that's it. How to write an email, which you should definitely need to know now because all this homeschooling stuff, it's going to be important to communicate with your teachers. So that's it. Anything else, Mrs. Volger,
Nope,
before we
that's
say
it.
goodbye? All right, bye, guys.
Bye.